Moore left side. Berti returns it to Moore. To the left wing. Here's Pasco. Misses off the right iron.
He just flat out missed it. And this is a shot he can make.
Here's MP.
I see you. That was sweet.
And in club league play here in the WCBL, these kids get such a wealth of minutes in such a short amount of time.
The games come fast and quick, and honestly, there's a lot to learn on the fly, but there's a ton of opportunity. And for some players, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Pass to Moore. Outside Berti. Etherington. For three, Moore. Can't get it to fall, and he missed his second after making his first. Return to MP. MP throws it down.
This team showed up to send a message, and they're trying to end this game right now.
Yeah, you have to appreciate their effort at both ends. They've been relentless, and they've been impressive.
We all know Rodriguez is a talented player. And when he's playing aggressive, it makes the defense very uncomfortable.
The first one falls.
Substitution for Team Baller. Substitution for Union Elite.
For a lot of club players, this is their first time learning a role other than being the star of their team.
For many of these guys, they were the best that their school had to offer. But in this league, the skill level and competition here is much higher. And look, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be the offensive star of their team, and that's so important for the development of these guys, to learn how to fill the role that's needed.
Etherington outside. Moore. Clock at 6. Over Bird. Lays out. Back to Etherington. Kicks it to Summers. Back to Etherington. To the inside. It's Pasco up top. And here's more from the arc. One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course you want to win the game, but win or lose, at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well.
2 minutes.
So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
Yep, count it.
Solid work around the rim by Moore. He doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Confident play we're seeing out of them right now.
Yep, the scoreboard tells the story, that's for sure.
MP with it. He's got 19. Bird on the wing. Over Moore. Rodriguez grabs the board.
Right here.
Etherington, right side. Rodriguez outside. Off target with the 3.
I don't think there's a person in the building who thought he was going to miss that.
Yeah, he had a wide open look. I wonder if he had maybe a little too much time.
Arnaldo Rodriguez. First personal foul. Second team.
And the first one drops. Both teams will make a substitution.
For Union Elite. MP. 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both that time. Now Etherington. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Good D that time from MP. MP throws it down.
Shooting it so efficiently right now. He's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half.
Here's Rodriguez. And he's got 6 points for him. Pass to Moore. Berti. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Moore. From past the arc. They get it back. And another shot. And it's laid up and in by Rodriguez.
Yeah, the second effort was solid, and scouts love taking note of players that can make those kinds of things happen.
And it's MP missing. A dominating first half of play so far. It hasn't been close. Union Elite ahead, up by 16. And we step aside now for a short break. Stay with us. And guys, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere so far.
Look, he was taking care of business down low and getting more than a fair share of dunks. Pretty much all throughout the first half.
No doubt, he's been beasting down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless to slow him down.
And something to note about MP, I heard he was training with Dion Benjamin to help prepare for this one.
And if you don't know about Dion Benjamin, he has a well-known open run. A lot of talent has come out of there. And to see MP working out with him, that's certainly a positive in the eyes of...
Whoa, that was crazy to even attempt.
He didn't just try it, he pulled it off. That was awesome.
Come on, that's a high school kid. That's not fair, no way.
Moore outside. Pass to Berti. Pasco. Rodriguez. That falls. Great assist by Pasco.
That's where his points need to come from. Realistically, I mean, Rodriguez has to be as effective as possible inside.
Inside. Here's Harris. And Harris slams it home.
Boy, it is fun watching him at the controls.
Just the way he creates for his teammates. Such a willing passer.
Rodriguez. And finished off by Rodriguez.
Oh, it's all coming together for Rodriguez offensively. Finding chances to attack again and again.
The 17-footer. And again, Union Elite get the bucket.
Their shooting percentage just keeps improving here in the second half.
Well, they've done a great job sharing the ball. Good teamwork typically does result in high percentage shots.
For 3, Moore. Harris comes down with the board.
These have been some terrible shot choices, guys. That was not a good look at all.
And the dunk by MP.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt.
This team baller squad has been struggling. Pass to Pasco. Moore sends it home from three-point land.
And when Moore shooting while in rhythm, he's a major threat. Fantastic execution off the catch.
MP, he's guarded by Pasco. And here's MP on the outside. Pasco pulls it in. Pass to Etherington. Now Pasco. He's covered by Harris. Here's Moore. That falls. Great assist by Pasco.
That's textbook. Moore got to his spot, and he made the defense pay.
Outside, MP. Back to Diaz. Here's MP. Mitchell outside. 6 on the shot clock. MP. And MP throws it down.
And he isn't the biggest power forward, but his ability to rise up really evens things out.
Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over. So both teams changing it up here.
Kenji Summer.
Here's Team Ballers now.
Substitution
Trailing by
for
17.
Union
Pasco covered by Robert. Pasco can't get it to fall.
Not sure what the game plan was going for that shot.
Yeah, you know, it might be a symptom of being a younger player. He got a little overexcited about that look.
Pass to Robert. Back to Diaz. Down low. MP with the bucket.
The feed and the finish. Nice dish by Diaz.
So it's Team Ballers now. Well, what a show we've seen so far from MP. He's come out and put on a clinic. He looks head and shoulders above Moore right now.
Well, if there was any fans doubting the impact that MP can make, I doubt they're saying much right now. A great offensive showing from MP so far. He's been terrific.
Pass to MP. There's the three. Rebounded by the Ballers. They're having trouble creating any kind of offense.
And you can really sense them tightening up a little bit at this point.
Etherington, no good. MP outside. Here's Robert, and that one's good with the extra effort on the glass.
24.
A second effort from the big Robert. Coach and scouts love to see that.
Outside Bertie. Back to Etherington. Kicks it to Summers. 5 to shoot. Bertie from long range. Count it from distance.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
Now a timeout called by Union Elite. So it's both teams making a change here.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Harris out on the wing. MP throws down the alley-oop slam.
Great ball movement, Harris, finding a ready shooter.
And here's more. Pass to Pasco. Back to Moore. Deflected. Tries to save it. Out of bounds, it goes to Union Elite.
Union Elite ball.
So both teams making some changes here.
Team Ballers. Arnaldo Rodriguez. James Bertie. Cody Etherington.
There's Walker.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Back to Kolish.
Switch.
Walker. Here's Kolish. 4 on the clock. Here's Bullock. Union Elite again can't hit it. Now Moore. Back to Etherington. Now Rodriguez. Guarded by MP. A shot from Rodriguez is no good. Here's Walker. To the paint. MP with the look. And MP throws it down.
Good looking dunk on display right there, using just one hand to finish it off.
He just makes it look so effortless, even when he's going up with force.
Part of what makes him stand out is the versatility on his dunks. It's so impressive.
And so Union Elite has it here. Here's Walker. MP. Rodriguez covers. Hits the trifecta.
And the defense basically dared him to shoot that one. Challenge accepted.
They need to stop this run.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's time to switch things up, either by going to the bench or with a different defensive look.
Back to Pasco. Etherington. Bertie from long range. MP grabs the miss.
And you can sense their frustration all the way from the booth. They feel the game slipping away.
Understandably so. They're on the wrong side of an impressive run.
stolen away by Pasco. Pass to Etherington. Banked in off the glass.
You can tell Etherington is used to fighting for it inside. At his size, he knows those looks don't come easy.
Here's Walker, guarded by Etherington. MP outside. Fires the three. Knocks down the triple.
MP.
I'd like to paint a picture here because his shooting chart is beautiful. Lots of good shots all around the floor.
Now Etherington. Moore up top. Etherington outside. Moore. Pass to Pasco. Offensive rebound. Rodriguez, that's good.
He's relentless on the glass, and this team feeds off that energy.
MP inside. Rodriguez covers. MP. MP throws it down.
MP.
And this run was exactly what they needed to put the game away.
Yup. This is how to seal a win in style.
Here's Bertie. 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Etherington. Moore. Now Rodriguez. Now covered by MP. Bertie from long range. MP grabs the miss. Unloads. Misses there. So no problem for Union Elite as they get the win.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one. This kid has a ton of potential. I wouldn't be surprised to see him moving up that 2KU 250 list.
Jay Moore ain't got nothing on MP.
Yeah. Yo, I thought bro would be better after all that smoke he was blowing.
Nah, today, you were hooping. I'm impressed.
We running this circuit, no lie.
Where we going to celebrate?
My guy, this is your city. How am I supposed to know?
All right, I got a spot. You like it?
Hey, you got any girls pulling up?
Of course, bro.
I don't know. Y'all so straight-laced on this team, I ain't know if y'all talk to girls.
Quit being silly, bro. Look, meet me at the crib at about 8, and we'll go to the spot and meet up with the rest of the guys.
All right, I'm pulling up.
All right.
Look, they call this kid Thunder for a reason. Now, if you let him establish himself in the paint and seal you off, you're done. He's gonna put you in the basket. MP, nice of you to join us. Take a seat. As I was saying, Miles Stone is the focus. You gotta front him, denying the entry pass, but that means you have to be prepared to help. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And look, don't let him lure you to sleep. And I know he seems like a laid-back surfer dude, but he is a killer. You don't get to be 23rd in the nation and not be locked in every moment, and he is. Hesitate, he's at the hoop. Do everything with a purpose. All right, time for warm-ups.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's go.
MP, you hang back for a second.
I'm so sorry, Coach. Somehow I missed my alarm, but it
You're
won't
not
happen
playing
again.
today.
What? Coach, come
You
on,
know
please.
the rules.
Okay, I messed up. But, Coach, this is the biggest game on our schedule. And you know how many scouts are out there.
I do. And they are going to see the players who cared enough to show up on time.
And I'm not fighting you on that. I deserve to be suspended. I'm just asking that you do it another game. Coach, I need this one.
You know how many kids I sent to the NBA?
I don't know a lot.
13. And I did it by holding them accountable.
This is unfair.
No exceptions, MP. You're late, so you are sitting. And if you think that's unfair, then you have a lot more growing up to do than you realize. You're in street clothes today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast of the WCBL. Milestone leads the Surf City Ways up against Union Elite. And some news here, we're told earlier MP is serving a one-game suspension. Coach wouldn't go into any further details, but we'll update you as we find out more. In the meantime, Surf City has won the tip and we're underway. And he slams it down, making it look so easy. Stone going to work on him. And that one's good.
This is what the scouts want to see. The level of dominance that Stone plays with near the rim is why he's so highly regarded.
Surf City on the break, and Stone with the thunderous finish. Dunk after dunk in this one.
Tough lesson for MP to learn tonight.
Stone working inside, kicks it out, and the three is good. Surf City extending their lead.
And the way that this Surf City team has picked apart and dismantled Union Elite tonight, hard enough for us to watch, but I imagine it's even harder for MP. They needed him tonight, and quite frankly, he let his team down by getting that suspension.
And this one is now officially over. Surf City comes away with a huge win. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, good game. Yeah, thanks.
What's going on, MP?
Messed up, Dion.
I heard. I talked to Coach.
Yeah?
Let's take a walk.
How bad is it?
Well, you cost yourself an incredible spotlight. And your ranking's gonna drop once people find out that you missed this game because of disciplinary actions. You got a slim margin for error here, MP. You got one club league season to make a name for yourself, and you're running out of time.
I know, but what do I do?
You bounce back. Show them you're a fighter. But it's clear to me you need a little bit more help.
Do you think I should hire a private coach?
Nah, you're doing great in between the lines. But I think we need to bring in someone who can have a little bit more guidance, more hands-on guidance.
Right, like a guru.
I'm the guru. I'm talking about an agent.
An agent, really?
Yeah. His name's Austin Kelly. Works for one of the biggest agencies in town. He's just getting started, so he doesn't have a roster full of NBA clients yet. I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's as smart as they come. You're lucky to be getting on the ground floor with this guy.
Thanks, Dion. But I don't get it. I mess up, and you show up with gifts.
Everyone makes mistakes, MP. It's how you bounce back that matters. I know you're a good kid.
Yeah, for sure. No more partying for me. Well, maybe on draft day.
I think that's for the best. Austin will be in touch soon. Set up a meet with him so y'all can get more acquainted. In the meantime, I hit the gym and put some shots up. Whenever I face adversity, I immerse myself in the work. Helps me get through the day.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Dion.
Listen, I grew up in a small town too. Okay, I understand what it's like to move to a new city, especially when you're young. You want to go out and meet people and talk to girls, and it's normal. But you're not trying to accomplish something normal. So you're going to be held to a higher standard. You've got to understand that.
I do. And look, I feel like an idiot. All right? I'm not even a huge partier or anything like that. I just got sloppy.
What exactly happened?
Honestly, I forgot to set my alarm, and somehow I left my phone on silent.
Somehow?
Look, Mr. Kelly, I got sloppy. I'm owning that. But it's not gonna happen again.
Well, it can't happen again, but you already know that. What you may not understand is that mistakes do not define you. It's how you respond that defines you, and you have a chance to respond in a big way, starting with your next game.
We're playing the attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know anything about those guys?
I know everything about those guys. My job at the agency is to identify diamond-in-the-rough talent at a high school level. You are one such diamond. And Drexel Carrington, their small forward, is another.
Man, bro, we're still in high school and everybody's talking about this dude as if he's some street ball legend already.
He's from Brooklyn, so he's been hooping on playgrounds his entire life. But he's also the son of 2 investment bankers. So this kid's had every advantage imaginable. Private coaches, elite camps, you name it.
Not exactly one of us now, huh?
No, he's not. But he's not a phony either. The dude can hoop. An outstanding defender who is lights out from deep. An attack has a bunch of wings who can cut to the cup, then kick it out to him for 3.
Oh, kind of sounds like Desmond Bain.
That's a 99th percentile outcome for him, but yeah. And this is the kind of guy that you need to have a great game against if you want your comeback tour to be any kind of success.
I can do that. But somehow, I still feel like I'd messed things up.
Then let's fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Good evening, all. Glad you could join us. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. WCBL action is coming up with the Union Elite facing off against the attack from SAC.
Well, both teams have players on the 2KU 250 list. Harris for Union Elite and Drexel Carrington for attack from SAC. Here's hoping they both wow us with their best tonight.
And the backdrop to all of this, the Interstate 5 battle. It's Sacramento taking on LA.
And look, I don't care what level of basketball is being played. It's always important when it's Sacramento versus LA. There's too much history, too much bitterness between the cities on the basketball court to overlook.
I mean, here in LA, the scouts are always out for club play. But this game might be getting some special attention with some of the players on hand.
And the lineup for the attack from SAC. Michael Pagan runs the point. He's joined by Edward Martinez in the backcourt. Drexel Carrington takes on the 3, and it's the brothers Ivory and Austin Lund forming the front line. And on the floor for the Union Elite, we have Loon Diaz and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions. Then it's Drake Bird and MP at the 3 and 4, with Brandon Harris down low at center. Lund misses.
Some tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Just close enough to bother him on the shot, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Past MP. This one for 3. Nails it from 3. And the big name that scouts are wanting to check out is Drexel Carrington. But they'll keep their eyes open for any talent who shows out tonight.
And a lot can change as a player develops over their youth career. But first impressions, they mean so much at any level. I'm sure the scouts will have plenty to digest after this contest.
Well, you talk about a player perfect for a role in the NBA someday. Drexel Carrington is the ultimate 3-and-D type of player.
And that's not to sell him short as a player at all, really. Carrington, he's just so comfortable outside in the perimeter. And defensively, he is a force.
Here's Carrington looking to end the run.
Well, he's known for being a 3-and-D guy. Carrington is also a very willing passer. Terrific feed in the pick and roll.
Pass now to Harris. Shoots it over Lund. And there's another one for the Union Elite.
With his touch and his size, he is very comfortable operating in the mid-range.
Very seldom can a defender affect his shot from that spot.
Outside Pagan. Up top, Lund. Pulls up. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. Well, remember, guys, MP missed that game against Surf City. Apparently, that was for missing a morning practice, and the coach wasn't having it.
Look, the best thing that a young player like MP can do is use it as a chance to learn from his mistake. You can forget that these guys are still so young. And sometimes they need moments like these to understand what a coach expects of you.
Now Carrington. Soft touch off the glass and in.
I love the confidence Carrington plays with inside. He just knows how to capitalize.
Bird outside to the middle. And that one's good from MP.
Jumping at it with a significant lead already.
Just dominating on both ends. Let's see if their opponent can mount any type of resistance.
Begon, bring the ball up the floor. Carrington for three, sinks the tray.
That jump shot is Carrington's biggest strength offensively. Scary times for the defense.
And for so many of these kids playing, not only are they trying to grow their game, but they're still growing up.
Well, we all know it can be a long and a winding path to responsibility at times. But for the most part, these kids in the WCBL, they're focused and beyond their years in terms of maturity. Mostly, you'd say.
So it's both teams making a change here.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Carrington outside. Shoots over Harris. Carrington, no good.
Coach can't disagree at all with the shot selection.
Past MP. And there's the alley. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, Diaz is an impressive guard with commendable vision. Fantastic work in the pick and roll there.
The attack from Sack Trail. Carrington with it. 5 points in the game. Here's Mecca. Shoots it. Nails the wide open jumper. And one difference between club play and high school, the game moves a lot faster at this level.
Everyone on these teams has to make a commitment to pursuing basketball. Reactions and decisions need to be quick because these players eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. This concentrated amount of playing time is helping to increase their collective skill level at a much higher pace.
Brandon Harris has such a nose for points. He figures out different ways to put the ball in the hoop.
Carrington outside. Nails the three-pointer.
That is his shot, guys. You can't give it to him. You've got to get up on it.
And you look at guys like Carrington, a 3-and-D specialist, such a needed commodity in the modern NBA.
And that's because so many teams spread the floor. They need a perimeter defender. Look at any NBA roster. They'll always be able to use a guy who plays tough D and can stretch the floor.
Answers right back with a three of his own.
We've got a shootout here. Long-range shooting on display.
Pass to Carrington. And the attack from Sack with another bucket right there.
That's Carrington's sweet spot right there. When he's moving and getting into space, he can be deadly from mid-range.
From the baseline. Again, MP missing. And it's Sack's ball. They trail by 7. It's Mecca. Diaz covering. Count the basket.
Oh, and it's looking like one of those games for Carrington, and even scarier for the other team. He tends to light it up with steals and deflections after he makes a few. He can wreck you on both ends, a very unique wing in this league.
And with MP coming from a more rural town and Carrington coming from Brooklyn, they have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
Goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
Now Harris. And he's going for the alley-oop. Lund with the steal.
Help me out.
Hilton. Here's Mecca. Offline with the 3.
I like that he has the confidence to take that shot. But that's about all I like about it.
From deep, it's MP. Lund with the rebound. And it's Sack's ball. 8-point game. Hilton off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
It doesn't matter that he's one of the slower guys on the floor when he gets such a wide open lane to the rim.
MP with the look. Here's Harris. He makes another one. That's number 4 for him. He's now 4 for 4. And you watch Brandon Harris, you can see why scouts love him. Just absolutely gifted as a finisher.
And it's not just at the rim. Even though Harris is automatic down beneath the basket, he can attack a defense from multiple spots on the floor. Harris has everything you want from a scoring big man.
Shot clock at 6. Hilton! Off target from 3-point range. And Union Elite has possession. MP with the look. Sack with the rebound. Pass to Mecca. Outside Carrington. Now Lund. Launches it. They grab their own miss. Misses from short range. Union Elite lead. MP inside. He's covered by Carrington. Here's Kolish. Harris outside. Pass to Robert. Kolish. MP. He's covered by Carrington. And here's MP on the outside. Again, MP missing. Now Carrington. He's guarded closely. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there is a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on the 2K YouTube 50.
You look at how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
Here's Mecca. Carrington outside. Pass to Lund. What a great assist by Carrington as that one falls.
You thought you knew his game? Nope. Ivory Lund scores inside, but it's also someone you don't want to leave open on the outside either.
And here's MP on the outside. Knocks down the triple.
And the defense basically dared him to shoot that one. Challenge accepted.
Outside, Lund. Carrington with it. Harris comes over to pick him up. To the paint. Lund. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Lund is attacking with confidence inside, making full use of his frame.
And here's MP on the outside. And that concludes the first half. Union Elite ahead. They lead by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment. And now we're back, bringing you the second half of this WCBL action between the attack from Sac and the Union Elite. And Union Elite with possession. They lead by 7. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
Now MP, 23 points in the game. He can't get it to go. Martinez outside. Pass to Lund. Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Off the mark there with the 3. Now here's Diaz. Pagan defending. Here's Bird. For 3, it's Mitchell. Pagan picks up the board. And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. The attack from Sac trail. Outside Pagan. Lund. The kick to Carrington. Clock at 6. MP knocks it away. And they get it back. Yep, that one goes. Now Diaz. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. The 3 is good, and he gets fouled in the act of shooting. A 4-point play opportunity.
At the line for Union Elite, MP, shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good. Martinez outside. Pass to Carrington. Takes the 3. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Back to MP. Stolen by Carrington. Martinez outside. Harris comes down with the board.
Man, that's a tough shot, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, there were more effective options on the court he could have turned to there.
From deep, it's MP. Pagan picks up the board. Outside Carrington. No good there with the triple. And Union Elite with possession. 6-point game. MP guarded by Lund. Back to MP. Launches a three. Count it from distance.
And hey, whatever works. He found himself in a good position to score, and he does just that.
And here's Pagan. Carrington outside. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
This offense is at its best, and Carrington is shooting the three with confidence.
Now a timeout called by Union Elite.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Outside, MP. Let's go with the three. Offensive board. A nice shot by Robert.
A second effort from the big Robert. Coach and scouts love to see that.
Well, guys, we talked a lot about both of them coming into this match, but MP is having a much bigger impact so far in this one than Carrington.
He is. He's been the more aggressive player so far. MP isn't waiting for chances to come to him. He's making things happen whenever he's involved in a play, and I like what I'm seeing from this kid.
Back to MP. With the fadeaway. The shot is good off the backboard.
Hey, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home.
Pass to Cunningham. Lund. And fouled hard that time, and he'll get 2 shots at the line.
When you have a big center like Austin Lund, you better get him looks around the rim.
At the line for the attack from Sack.
And the first one dropped.
Substitution for the attack from Sack. Substitution for Union Elite.
Here's Mecca. Pass to Hilton. Left side, it's Carrington. To take the lead. Gets the 3 to fall.
Their offense has been all about the long-range game.
Oh, obviously. You love the points, and you love how they stretch the defenders.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. From deep, it's MP. Drops it in from long range.
That is some quick payback.
There is nothing, nothing more satisfying for a player than an immediate answer back with the 3 ball.
Here's Olsen. There's a lob to the hoop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it home.
Such chemistry. What incredible timing on the alley-oop.
And he absolutely hammered it down.
That's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And some fantastic passing for them in this one.
The ball is flying around. They look like a disciplined, well-coached team out there.
Carrington for 3. And again, Zach with the triple.
He's already done loads of damage from long range today, guys. And there's another big one.
Yeah, it is large. What a performance from long range.
Union Elite trail. Mitchell outside. Puts up a 3. Great D that time from Drexel Carrington. Well, everything's working for them at the offensive end right now.
Yeah, good play calling and even better execution.
And the defense was there, but in the end, it didn't matter. Lund knows how to beat him with better offense.
Mitchell outside. Past MP. Diaz. Returned MP. They need this. And it's rebounded by Martinez.
Closing down on leads is done by making smart plays on offense and taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up the those bonehead threes like that.
And you see them adding to their lead. Right now, they're following their game plan to perfection.
Absolutely. They're getting good looks and finding ways to capitalize.
And they're desperate for a bucket.
Listen, I grew up in a small town too. Okay.
Good evening, all. Glad you could join us. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. WCBL action is coming up with the Union Elite facing off against the Attack from SAC.
Well, both teams have players on the 2KU 250 list. Harris for Union Elite and Drexel Carrington for Attack from SAC. Here's hoping they both wow us with their best tonight.
And the backdrop to all of this, the Interstate 5 battle. It's Sacramento taking on LA.
And look, I don't care what level of basketball is being played. It's always important when it's Sacramento versus LA. There's too much history, too much bitterness between the cities on the basketball court to overlook.
I mean, here in LA, the scouts are always out for club play. But this game, it might be getting some special attention with some of the players on hand.
And the lineup for the Attack from SAC. Michael Pagan runs the point. He's joined by Edward Martinez in the backcourt. Drexel Carrington takes on the three, and it's the brothers Ivory and Austin Lund forming the front line. And on the floor for the Union Elite, we have Loon Diaz and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions. Then it's Drake Bird and MP at the 3 and 4, with Brandon Harris down low at center. Now here's Lund. Good on the bucket. And the big name that scouts are wanting to check out is Drexel Carrington. But they'll keep their eyes open for any talent who shows out tonight.
And a lot can change as a player develops over their youth career. But first impressions, they mean so much at any level. I'm sure the scouts will have plenty to digest after this contest.
Well, you talk about a player perfect for a role in the NBA someday. Drexel Carrington is the ultimate 3-and-D type of player.
And that's not to sell him short as a player at all, really. Carrington, he's just so comfortable outside in the perimeter. And defensively, he is a force.
Now MP. 9 points in this one. And Union Elite knocked down another 3.
He's having a terrific game from downtown, burying just about everything.
You can feel the confidence he has in his three-point shot at this point.
Honestly, guys, I'm not even sure Lund feels the contact.
MP. He's covered by Carrington. From deep, it's MP. And Union Elite knocked down another 3.
Man, oh man, he's really feeling it from three-point range now. All of a sudden, it seems like he just can't miss.
And for so many of these kids playing, not only are they trying to grow their game, but they're still growing up.
Well, we all know it can be a long and a winding path to responsibility at times. But for the most part, these kids in the WCBL, they're focused and beyond their years in terms of maturity, mostly.
On offense, here's Sack. They trail by 6. Pass to Carrington. To the inside. And Lund slams it in.
Blocking in, putting that body to work. Lund set an effective screen and then got himself into scoring position.
And here's MP on the outside. That falls. What a feed that time from Diaz.
I'd like to paint a picture here because his shooting chart is beautiful. Lots of good shots all around the floor.
Now Carrington inside, guarded by MP. Lund, that's good. Well, remember, guys, MP missed that game against Surf City. Apparently, that was for missing a morning practice, and the coach wasn't having it.
Look, the best thing that a young player like MP can do is use it as a chance to learn from his mistake. You can forget that these guys are still so young, and sometimes they need moments like these to understand what a coach expects of you. Well, it wasn't a block officially, but it might as well have been. He really affected that shot.
Yeah, it was clearly his defense that threw off the shot there.
They've come out fast and furious. This game already looks like a mismatch.
Sure, there's obviously plenty of time left to play, but this one's showing the early signs of what's usually a blowout.
Shot's good by Carrington.
This offense is at its best when Carrington is shooting the 3 with confidence.
And here's MP on the outside. And again, a Union Elite knocked down the 3.
Oh, man, guys, they are doing some damage from downtown.
Which is the main reason they're sitting on this huge early lead. What shooting?
Now Carrington. He's got 6. Lund, that's good. And one difference between club play and high school, the game moves a lot faster at this level.
Everyone on these teams has to make a commitment to pursuing basketball. Reactions and decisions need to be quick because these players eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. This concentrated amount of playing time is helping to increase their collective skill level at a much higher pace.
Now here's Lund. Pass to Martinez. Outside for Pagan. Carrington. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
And a 3 in response. Back and forth we go.
Right back at you. I love this competitiveness.
And you look at guys like Carrington, a 3-and-D specialist, such a needed commodity in the modern NBA.
And that's because so many teams spread the floor. They need a perimeter defender. Look at any NBA roster. They'll always be able to use a guy who plays tough D and can stretch the floor.
And the attack from Sack with another bucket right there.
That's Carrington's sweet spot right there. When he's moving and getting into space, he can be deadly from mid-range.
From deep, it's MP. Nails it from 3.
Tremendous half from downtown. He's been locked in since the moment he stepped out on that floor.
Now Pagan. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Inside. Pass to Lund. 6 on the shot clock. Martinez can't get it to go.
That's a good shot from him. The offense should be happy with the chance they created.
MP with the rock. Carrington's there. Here's MP.
They took off on that.
To the rack.
And with MP coming from a more rural town and Carrington coming from Brooklyn, they have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
Goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
Carrington, Bird defending. Carrington, no good.
Even with the decent coverage that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
MP.
Shooting it so efficiently right now. He's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half.
Pass to Lund. Back to Pagan. To the paint. Can they get it? And Lund slams it in.
Holy smokes, easy on the rim. Austin Lund bringing down the house.
Hey, yo, right here, right
Here's
here.
MP. Screen by MP. Just his first shot attempt. Sack with the rebound. Pass to Carrington. The three ball. Diaz grabs the miss. Union Elite with the ball. From deep, it's MP. And Union Elite knocked down another three.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three right there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he had gone and taken it inside.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in this game from him.
Lund is attacking with confidence inside, making full use of his frame.
On the wing, it's MP. He's covered by Carrington. From deep, it's MP. Pagan picks up the board. Outside Carrington. Three-pointer. Makes the bucket. And he's now got 5 field goals on the night. He's 5 of 8. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there's a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on the 2K U250.
You look at how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
Now MP, and he's got 41. And there's the call on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
Substitution for the attack from Seth.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Pass to Carrington. There's the triple. It fails to fall, now shooting just a little bit better than 50% on the night. He's 5 for 9. MP outside. And here's Robert, guarded by Lund. Three-pointer, Bird. No good on the shot. 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Lund. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
You thought you knew his game? Nope. Ivory Lund scores inside, but it's also someone you don't want to leave open on the outside.
What an incredible slam! Taking it home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is just one of the many reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
There's a swagger out here on the court that they just possess, and they're not afraid to show it either.
Hey, man, sometimes with the trampoline, but I used to love going up and jamming it like that.
And that does it for the first half of play. Union Elite ahead, up by 11. And don't go away, we'll be back right after the break. And now we're back, bringing you the second half of this WCBL action between the attack from SAC and the Union Elite. And so here it's SAC, 11-point game. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
MP right side. Outside Diaz. 5 to shoot. MP with the look. And it misses off the right side of the rim. Martinez with the ball. Mitchell covering. Martinez can't get it to go. And Union Elite has possession. At 1 point, leading by as much as 16. And here's MP on the outside. Nails the three-pointer.
The defensive effort wasn't there, and as a result, buries it.
And here's Pagan. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Carrington, that's good.
Oh, and it's looking like one of those games for Carrington, and even scarier for the other team. He tends to light it up with steals and deflections after he makes a few. He can wreck you on both ends, a very unique wing in this league. He's going to win some points with the coach if he keeps boxing out as well as he did right there.
Down low, Lund, and Lund slams it in.
With authority, Lund just hammering down the slam.
Passes to MP. Let's go with the three. The offensive rebound. Harris with the bucket. And you watch Brandon Harris, you can see why scouts love him. Just absolutely gifted as a finisher.
And it's not just at the rim. Even though Harris is automatic down beneath the basket, he can attack a defense from multiple spots on the floor. Harris has everything you want from a scoring big man.
One with the pick. Carrington for three. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. MP outside. Finds Bird from beyond the arc. Drains the triple.
Totally in control right there. Jake looking like another Bird right there.
Outside Carrington. Carrington doubled. Outside Lund. Try to come back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Harris. Screen by MP. Harris with the open look. And again, Union Elite get the bucket.
And Harris, he understands his strengths on offense, proving he can hurt you with his jumper.
Well, guys, we talked a lot about both of them coming into this match, but MP is having a much bigger impact so far in this one than Carrington.
He is. He's been the more aggressive player so far. MP isn't waiting for chances to come to him. He's making things happen whenever he's involved in a play, and I like what I'm seeing from this kid.
And the attack from Zach call time here. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution for Union Elite.
Here's Carrington. Pass to Olsen. The three is up. MP grabs the miss. And Union Elite with possession. They lead by 14 to the left side. Here's Bullock. Lund with the steal. Pushing it up. Here's Mecca. The three-pointer off the mark. And they're on the break. And that one's good from MP.
And it hasn't just been one facet that helps them build the lead. They've been terrific all around.
It has been a complete performance, and the effort level's been fantastic too.
One with the pick. MP with the block. And it's out of bounds. The attack from Sack will retain possession. And the attack from Sack call time here. MP really making a difference out here.
They need to rethink their defensive strategy. He just keeps popping those threes. They've got a real problem on their hands.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Edward Martinez. Michael Pagan. Substitution for Union Elite.
Sack with another miss. And Union Elite has possession. 16-point lead, their largest margin in the game. MP, he's covered by Carrington. Takes the three, hits the trifecta.
And now we're seeing them find their groove on offense in this half.
They've been the much more efficient team, chugging along nicely right now.
Pagan with it. Pass to Lund. Launches a three. MP grabs the miss.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last three ball back, but just couldn't get it to fall.
From downtown, the shot's good on the assist by Mitchell.
They came out of the break with a clear philosophy. Shoot the three early and often.
And the entire team has bought into it. They're loving the bombs away mentality.
Pass to Carrington. Will it go? That's good. It's his 7th make in 14 attempts.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
MP outside. Mitchell on the wing. Bird outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Mitchell. On the wing, it's MP. And again, a Union Elite knocked down the 3.
Well, there's the hot hand, and then there's on fire. They're unstoppable right now.
I can see the flames of the fire. These individuals sometimes can put on runs like this, but an entire team, this is pretty rare.
Now Lund from 3. Can't hit that one. MP outside. MP throws it down.
MP.
And they have not let up. This is a statement victory.
Some might say they're running up the score. To me, it looks like they're just playing their brand of basketball.
Outside Carrington. Lund. MP with the block. And MP throws it down hard.
Whoa, that was crazy to even attempt.
He didn't just try it, he pulled it off. That was awesome.
Come on, that's a high school kid. That's not fair, no way.
Carrington shot falls.
You know, Carrington is always on the hunt for these types of shots. Any chance he can get to hurt you from range.
On the wing, it's MP. Guarded by Carrington. It's MP missing. Now Pagan. So no problem for Union Elite as they get the win.
Well, I thought the most interesting part of the game was watching MP show what he's capable.
We'll catch up in a second, all right? Hey, Devontae, what's good, bro?
What's up, MP?
Man, you know, it's crazy. I almost came this close to playing with the High Flyers.
Yeah, I heard. You messed up. You know how many easy buckets I could have given you?
Wow.
And I still can't figure out why a guy like you would want to run with a bunch of stuffy dudes like that.
Hey, yo, chill, bro. I'm glad things are going great for y'all, but things are going great for us, too. It was nothing personal, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I'm just saying that you made a mistake. I'm gonna show you out there in a minute, though. Make it real easy for you to understand.
No cap? That's how you feel, bro?
That's how I feel.
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to our 2K presentation of the WCBL. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. And tonight, it's the High Flyers going up against the Union Elite.
Well, MP brings the excitement for the Union Elite, and they have an efficient scorer in Harris as well. And High Flyers are led by the vivacious Devontae Mills.
And both of these teams have done plenty well so far in club play this year.
Yeah, and that's a testament to these guys. The rosters aren't overly loaded for either team, but the Stars have done a great job of leading the way for their respective sides. I expect both of them to be putting it all out on the floor tonight.
Well, the drama setting the scene for tonight's game. It's MP going up against the team he didn't pick when he joined the club circuit.
And in there for the High Flyers, Devontae Mills and Jason Brock are the guards. Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gov are out on the wings, and it's Lee and Callahan holding down the middle. And on the floor for the Union Elite, we have Loon Diaz and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions. Then it's Drake Bird and MP at the 3 and 4, with Brandon Harris down low at center.
You always want to see assisted baskets. Credit Brock right there for providing the key final pass.
Coach Weber and Coach Troy both thought MP was destined for their rosters.
Well, look, he couldn't play for both of them, so at the end of the day, he had to make a business decision. No animosity, but I'm sure this team would like to prove to MP that he made the wrong choice.
Well, a big name to look out for the High Flyers is Devontae Mills. Not only a great player, but he's magnetic as a personality.
If Mills doesn't make it to the NBA, I'm sure he'll be on TV one way or another. He's got that level of personality. But he's a great lead guard that serves as the engine for his High Flyers team.
Block is at 3. MP with the block. And that one's out of bounds. The High Flyers will retain possession here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great lockdown defense right there. And over the course of this WCBL season, we've seen some great growth from NP.
Indeed, there's been a level of maturity that's come along with his game, not only with his footwork and his basketball IQ, but with how he really carries himself.
And MP throws it down.
And he isn't the biggest power forward, but his ability to rise up really evens things out.
Pass to Callahan. Mills. The kick out to O'Neill. 6 to shoot. And here's Brock beyond the arc. Good work defensively by Mitch Mitchell. To the inside. Here's MP. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Diaz. Now Harris takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
They've come out fast and furious. This game already looks like a mismatch.
Sure, there's obviously plenty of time left to play, but this one's showing the early signs of what's usually a blowout.
And as we've mentioned earlier, a bit of a vendetta of sorts against MP in this one, albeit it's in good spirits. But in games like this, tensions can run high, especially early on.
And hopefully no one's trying to make a point and let it get out of hand here. Emotions might be elevated, but prove your point on the court with your play.
Now here's O'Neill. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gov. Pass to Callahan. Mills. Diaz covering. And another miss by the High Flyers. And Union Elite has possession. The tray. And Union Elite knocked down another 3.
And no doubt about it, folks. This is exactly the way they wanted to start the game.
Well, they've been doing it on both ends, converting chances and challenging shooters.
Now here's Callahan. Pass to Brock. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And even though a lot of these players are competing against each other, odds are at some point they'll be teammates down the line.
Yeah, that's true, and it could be in the NBA or any number of leagues overseas. The fact is, not everyone's going to make it, but those who do will know each other from their experience here.
The basket is good.
I like the aggressiveness there from Gov near the bucket.
With the chance to make a big lead even bigger.
And they should jump at this chance, stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Shot on the wing. And again, Union Elite gets a bucket.
And he is just